We all did that for a while.
You're not actually mining anything. You're just looking at walls and figuring shit out.
That's not good enough for me.
Mining is hard.
Hot one.
God damn. So with your critical mining, it appears that they're employing mining techniques of around the 1860s. A lot of pickaxe work and stuff in here, although there was some blasting and stuff, obviously.
Nitro. So they use nitro. Cool.
As well, yes.
TNT.
So you guys continue on. There's other minor tunnels that you check out and have nothing interesting in at all. But eventually you get up to where the kind of faint light is coming from, and it appears that it's some sort of entrance to the mine, but it's been boarded up from the outside. You're thinking the boards look old and shitty. They look like they've been also kicked apart by somebody strong and angry. There's a howling wind on the other side.
Is it still cold?
It appears that the snow on the other side goes up to about your balls.
Right.
It looks like it's a winter wonderland from hell out there. The wind howls around. It's, heavy snow, pine trees, shit like that. Ooh, give me geography at half or -30%.
Fumble.
Russ, you are in Acapulco.
Okay.
I made geography.
I'm getting myself a Mai Tai.
Nice. Oh, you made it at half or -30?
No, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I was looking at Glenn's when I said no. Yeah, I did with my 11.
You are apparently heavy winter in northern Canada, far north Canada, near the Arctic Circle, Canada. According to your guess. I mean, you'd have to see stars and actually have some astronomy skill, then plot carefully on pieces of paper, possibly using one of those tick things, all that shit, and then you could be more sure. But from what you're seeing from the vegetation and blah, 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 and he's like, Acapulco!
Right, so he's got points in dog sledding.
I filled the other two in on my...
Anybody got points in dog sledding?
Nope.
I might. I do.
You have dogs?
I have a few.
Or a sled?
Oh, you gave me a card. Anti-greed. Play immediately. All greed cards are discarded immediately.
Anybody else have greed?
Didn't have one.
Perfect. Yeah, it shows one of the men is frozen to death, and it shows the other man hooked up to him by his stuff, and her standing on the frozen one going, mush, mush. Brutal, brutal women, yes. That's the theme of this place, and it's gotten to her quickly.
Well, we can make a sled out of the lumber here. Let's take this thing down.
No dogs.
Oh, there'll be dogs. We'll find dogs. We'll find wolves. I've got a card for that.
Wolf finding?
So it's starting to snow just a wee bit. Does anybody have meteorology skill?
Sure, I learned.
Go for it.
Nope.
Acapulco weather, he says.
Meteorology.
If she has a 20 learned, that would be really cool.
I do not.
Must be a write-in. Nope.
Is that a write-in? I'm guessing.
Can you imagine the game system where meteorology is not a write-in? What kind of game do you run? You have to know the weather. You have to be able to forecast it ahead of time in order to survive in this game.
On page 308 of the character sheet, you'll find meteorology just right there, next to underwater basket weaving. Not a write-in skill.
Oh, being able to read the weather is pretty darn helpful.
It doesn't hurt. Does anybody have Arctic survival? Not just survival like woods or something, but like Arctic.
Well, luckily, I have desert survival, and since we're in Acapulco, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tundra is kind of like a desert.
Nope, didn't make it.
Made it at Learn.
We're all gonna die, he says. you're thinking that snowshoes, if you were to fashion some of those up, that would probably save you a lot of stress because the rubber boots and shit that you got from the hardware store, those are good if the water is less high than the boot. But the snow is higher than your balls. So, yeah.
Um,
Of course, that you need either wood crafting or jury rig in order to whip up some quick snowshoes.
yeah,
Or
we
if
could
you wanted to
try that
roll,
with the
or if you
board.
wanted to roll your survival Arctic again, then I'd let you do that instead. But you've already got check in that, so I was going for something else. Or you can instruct somebody else to whip you up some snowshoes and then laugh at them when it doesn't work out.
I will attempt to cast my work wood spell.
He hits a fumble, his head just explodes, his lifeless body falls over, and you guys look at him and go, we can ride him down the hill.
Fail. 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 Fail.
Cool. No, you're done. So is anybody else, do you want to instruct anybody else to do
That was
He's done when he's out of magic points, Logan.
To get
Oh,
a
that
bonus.
was the spell.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you're just trying to work
Find
wood
it,
spell. Got it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you were trying to craft
To get
snowshoes.
a bonus to craft.
Continue on until you are out of magic points. I'm good with that.
Made it.
Success.
Shit. All right. So that gives you what, 5 or 10?
10.
Cool.
And then carpentry. No.
Excellent. Okay. He has like little stick people that he instructs you guys to strap onto the bottom of your feet.
I'll try and jury rig something.
Go for it.
Nope.
It's all up to Sheila to save you guys from being really wet-footed.
Okay. Rolling jury rig?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you have
No.
Fumble.
fumble. Cool. You guys.
I'm sorry. That's not necessarily 95 is a fumble for you, Sheila. You might have 60 in jury rig, so I don't know.
I do not, but thank you for trying.
No problem. She gives you guys each snowshoes, and pretty much every step your foot sinks in, and the snowshoes are actually hindering you. But they're snowshoes, so you're wearing them, and it shows you going like 20% slower. And you guys are like, "Oh, we're so miserable." And she's like, "Yay!" So, yeah.
Can I take another shot at jury rig, or are we just screwed on this one?
No, you're done. So I was just saying you're gonna have wet feet and wet balls and like it. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't see like a town right outside of the old abandoned mine for whatever reason. And the snow, since you guys have been working hard, has begun falling a little bit harder. This is what in Canada they call a bit of weather. And anywhere else would call a fucking death blizzard is starting. And no telling how long it could go on. Since it's Canada, it could go on for the rest of the year or longer.
Huh. Well,
What
this
do you
looks
guys
like a dead end.
Navigation.
Navigation would help if you knew where you were going. You
Any
need to
smoke on the horizon?
No. In fact, it's pretty much just gray, although it's a little darker gray. But yeah, it's trees, lots of trees.
Rock, would your goggles help in any manner? Can I try essence? Like, do I sense another gate somewhere?
No. Your essence is not that cool. That'd be awesome if it was. You would be carried around by various parties just to find the gates. They'd be like, we need to get Sheila to game with us so we can find the gate because we can't find it. Mount her on this pedestal, make sure it's greased up, and then just, there it is.
Can we find it with the glasses, though, Logan?
Do you want to put it on, burn a charge?
Yeah.
You can't find it with the glasses, mark off a charge. So,
that's fair.
It's a good thought. Sure. Great. Yeah, you're not sure. Pretty much just I mean, you go exploring. You've got
anything weird around here?
no. It looks like just typical pine trees with an assload of snow and more getting ready to come down or coming down.
Is there any high ground?
You have the high ground right now. If Darth Vader came to you, you would have the high ground, Obi-Wan.
Okay. Even from up here, we can't see shit.
Yep.
Now, although if you wanted to try to get somebody else, because you know better than to try to climb a pine tree, to climb a fucking or evergreen tree, because climbing an evergreen tree is a bitch. If you wanted to make somebody else climb one just so you could laugh at them, that's great. But yeah, you don't have amazing amount of high ground. You're up like 20 feet higher than other grounds you can see, but it's still not bad.
Oh.
What would that be? Climbing at full or climbing at -30?
Climbing an evergreen tree is a lot easier if you don't give a shit about the tree. So you can chop off branches and make like a ladder.
Okay, yeah. That's if you don't mind spending a lot of time and getting covered with sap and chopping off a bunch of branches and just pretty much saying fuck you to a tree, yes, I agree. It's not bad. There's always a branch somewhere for you to grab and twist off. But as a youth, I climbed too many fucking evergreen trees. Why are you covered in sap again? I'm stupid. Okay.
Yeah. That sap is quite potent too. It's very evergreeny smelling.
It'll stay with you until you're an adult. Even now, I've got some on my hand.
Yeah, I know. Been there, done that. Damn.
I mean, I'm 50 something. I got sap on my hands from when I was a kid. It's horrible. So, what do you guys want to do?
The Rock.
Climb up the tree.
Roll climb.
I was telling
We
them
get
to
the
climb.
point blank.
Oh. Yeah, you're thinking it won't really help, but it might help. You might be able to see something through the curtain of ever increasing snow if you were to get up there fast enough. But if you're taking time to cut off a bunch of branches and stuff, this will slow you down significantly.
Can we parkour up the tree?
Not well. No, not well. This is kind of out of the realm. I've watched hundreds of hours of parkour. This is definitely not in the realm of parkour. But
You mean there is a
down the tree?
maybe,
No.
maybe
there's a challenge?
If there were two walls next to the tree, you could bounce from wall to wall
Yeah.
up the tree. But
I mean, although I agree that parkour was originally made in the jungles of Vietnam, is what I heard or read or saw or some shit by some guy who really didn't want to get killed by the BC. But that aside, now you're fucked. Who wants to go up the tree like a monkey?
Rock, try not to look at Hercule. I don't know the whole relationship here, but are you supposed to be putting those stones somewhere? Maybe not. I just
in different areas. I say thank you. I put a crystal down.
You sit on top of the snow and look at it.
What do I call this zone, Logan? So I can put it as a reference.
Wait until you find out more about it, and then we'll give you a reference. Just put a line after it for now. You can fill it in.
I'm gonna call it snow zone for now.
Or you can call it Northern Canada Frozen Hell. That's another good reference.
It's a little long. I'm gonna go with snow zone.
Okay.
All right. Well, hang on to my glasses. I'm pretty good climbing.
I hold on to the glasses.
Give me a climb roll. Lower is better. You are not at full for this. At full, I will cover you in sap.
All right, that's full.
All right, you're covered in sap. You're all scratched up. You've taken 1 hit point of various miscellaneous branches to the face and shit. You've gotten kind of near the top. Give me a spot roll at half or -30 as you just cling to the fucking swaying top.
Quarter.
It's all worth it. You see, it looks like you can't tell what it is from here, but it's fucking wooden structures of some sort. It's something man-made because there's hard angles. But through the curtain of snow, you can't tell what it could be. It could be a bunch of tanks parked side by side for all you know. Honestly, you have no clue. But you see things you don't see in nature. You now know the exact direction and can point out so that everybody on the ground goes, And then they can do navigation rolls once they're moving. Because if they fail navigation rolls while they're moving, then science has proven you curve because one leg is slightly shorter than the other, or humans are just fucking into going back to where they came from. I don't know.
Are there any points of reference that guess how many kilometers away it is?
You're going to guess, well, you know for a fact it's less than 10 because that's about horizon. So maybe 5 or 6 kilometers. Enough that if you fail the navigation, you are sure to be lost, freeze, and die. You should get there by about nightfall unless you get lost, freeze, and die, which will happen in that order.
Okay. I come back down the tree carefully, slow.
I don't want to climb roll. You're covered in sap already. Your life is hell. You smell like fucking one of those little pine trees you hang in the cars.
Just hang me in a window of a giant car. Yeah. Got it. Well, I smell like shit, but I found the settlement that way. Boom.
All right. Here's your goggles back.
Thank you.
I try not to touch your sap.
Yeah. It shows him take them, and he tries to put it in his pocket. He takes his hand out. They're still on his hand. He's like...
Actually, point of interest, does Hercule also have sap all over him, or did he get like
it looks like he tried to give a pine tree a blowjob.
Okay, because he like magically deals with every situation. I was wondering if he magically dealt with that.
He may have given the pine tree a blowjob while you're going up. There's no telling what that fucking perverted horse is doing.
That's just so twisted that my dick is in there and it can give blowjobs. That's just weird.
It's like docking, but in a new age of magic.
Yeah.
Docking.
She knows what docking is. That's not right. So anyway.
I'm going to be over here for a while
now. For those who don't know what docking is, I do not suggest Googling it.
You have to have a foreskin.
I don't suggest listening to him either. So my question is...
Let's navigate.
Yes. Who's doing the primary, and do you want support from the others?
I am
pretty good.
I'm pretty good. But I won't say no to support.
Ooh.
I have unless if you stink, then I say no.
I've got land at Learn, and I all I did was
you go over there. You go over there.
Up, so yeah.
I don't know anything about land navigation.
It's all up to.
Now, did we want to try again on the snowshoes first tomorrow or later on? Or?
Oh, you want to do it? You want to wait
and
do magic?
Yeah.
You want to wait and freeze to death in the meantime, because you're thinking sleeping out here is not a good thing. Sleeping in the cave would be like saying, Logan, is this plugged in industrial freezer a good place to sleep? And I'm like,
yeah, that would be like go all the way back to Burlington.
Oh, yeah. If you don't mind the obstacle course of death, you could definitely get a good night's sleep among the corpses and shit.
We're just going to be miserable, I think.
Let's go. I'm going to throw a card.
Ooh.
Skill plus 10.
Oh, you know this is just going to cost you pause.
I'm gonna try to be clever.
No, it's okay. I'm just being
crushing.
pessimistic again. Oh, nice.
I got it. No problem.
She crushes it.
Nice.
She takes you there. No problem. Hold on a second. Let me find something special. As you get closer to the place, a couple of interesting points come up. First off, they have their own heads on top of spikes.
Yeah.
It reminds you a lot of home. And second, there's no lights or anything like that on in the settlement at all. No fires, no signs of habitation. Buildings look abandoned, but there are heads on spikes, and most of the heads on spikes seem to be women.
Violent women.
Possibly violent women. Hold on, I'm just slowly, sorry for this, I'm slowly dragging you over because I didn't know anybody would be coming here. Oh, people hate this zone because it's like, if you don't make your rolls, you're going to freeze to death and die. There's no like, I want to save against death. It's called, fuck you, you die.
This looks good.
Yep. So, there you go. And like around the old church area or church-like building, those things there are heads on spikes.
Okay.
So, also, anything that is browned out is looks like it used to be a building, and then somebody said, "I want to burn this fucker down."
There's a barber shop. Maybe it's a Clem's.
Ooh.
It appears to you after walking for probably about 3 hours or so through fucking amazingly deep snow. I mean, because it's not walking. I mean, Logan can walk 5 kilometers, in an hour, at a slow, sedate pace of a fat old man. It took you multiple hours because you weren't really walking it. You were climbing through this deep shit, so it was, even with snowshoes on, it's pretty fucking horrible. If you had working snowshoes, it'd still be pretty horrible, although you might be using a lot less calories. But as it is, you guys are fucking exhausted by the time you reach the remains of the town.
You want con rolls?
If you want to give me an endurance roll to see what kind of condition you're in when you get there, you can. But, even if you fail, you're still there. No problem. Yeah, you need somebody else to take care of you. Like Glenn. Glenn will take care of you.
Crit.
Glenn might take care of everybody. How is Dana doing on her endurance roll?
I'm doing great.
The
Not as
Rock
good
is
as Glenn, but
The Rock is a big pussy, you're thinking. So, there you go.
Well, I had to climb that tree first. They didn't.
Yeah. He is also partially water resistant on his front because it looks like he's been molesting a sap tree.
Does Hercule have little snowshoes on?
No, he has no feet. He's got his. Remember?
Does he have on a little Laplander hat with the tassels?
Yes, take a card. He does. Yes, we're totally going with that. So, Scott, could you move your mic just a bit away from your mouth and nose hole? Pretty much your facial area. No, anyway, right, thank you. Which building would you guys like to explore? Just imagine like a place that looks like it's been abandoned for months or possibly years. Snow just piled up high against one side of all the different buildings and shit.
There's no tracks, paths, or anything.
Oh God, no.
Which side are we coming in from?
You are coming in near the Grand Hotel Sheriff's Office area, number 10 on the leftish side. Yes.
Okay.
From south of that.
Well, let's look at the Grand Hotel.
No problem. It appears to be a pretty nice place. It, aside from being abandoned for an unknown period of time, and I want string cheese. And also, it looks like there's various bullet holes here and there. Like somebody was hiding around a corner, and somebody else said, "Shoot, shoot, 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 shoot."
Okay.
And hit the building a lot.
Let's look inside.
No problem. It's aside from being really spooky and shit, it's pretty solid. All these buildings seem to have been made pretty tight. Like, we have to survive winter in fucking Canada.
Yeah.
There's fireplaces. There's even old wood and shit like that can be burned. Pretty much, if you wanted to rest, and it looks like the Rock may die if he doesn't get to rest soon. Yeah, it looks like this would be a good place to hole up for a while, possibly build a fire to signal any kind of monsters or whatever did this to the settlement as to your location so they can come in and kill and eat you in the middle of the night. It's got shutters on the windows so you can't see what's outside because they don't have a lot of glass, like glass is expensive. Who the fuck is going to do that? So they have shutters and they have like the flue and stuff you can open to let smoke out of the chimney, which, might be a good thing if you decide to start a fire. You're feeling super good. You feel like maybe you had cocaine and didn't know it.
Okay.
The Rock is just laying there near the door going, build a fire so I can die and put my fire and I fire.
I was thinking I'd practice some spells before we go to sleep.
No problem. You're thinking first you need to be made comfortable and maybe you get your clothes dry and hope that the sap that's coating them doesn't light on fire and turn it into a human torch. And, maybe get your strength back before you try anything like, casting spells, just for a comfort thing. I'm not saying you can't lay there on the ground casting spells, but I'm saying that, you'd really like some fucking TLC right now. You want somebody to hold you just for a while.
Hold me.
Hold me.
I think Hugh's got that.
I'm gonna build a
Who's a
fire.
good horse?
Get our clothes dry near it.
Our keel's going.
Yeah, that's right. You're a good horse.
He's talking to his cock while you're building a fire and doing all the survival shit. No problem. The matches that you got in the hardware store are strike here only matches, not strike anywhere matches. Just fucking here only. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
I've got my Zippo.
Oh, that's easy. Cool. Yeah, you make a fire. Fuck your ancient matches. Ha 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 ha. I bring out my fucking Elon Musk flamethrower. No worries. Yeah, you quickly build a fire and stuff. Rock begins to steam. Actually, so is there, you guys too, because all the fucking snow and shit that fell on you on the way in. So yeah.
Yeah, once it's warm enough, I get out of these clothes and put them by the fire, but not so close that they catch fire.
Yeah.
Shows his on the other side of the room. Both of yours are right next to it, and it shows him like bring his like a foot closer. They burst in flames. No, you guys get you make yourselves comfortable. You eat some of your rations and stuff, and you're still on your death timer, except now you're pretty much down to what's in. Does anybody else have a go bag?
I have my big old purse of stuff.
Yeah,
I got a couple MREs in my pack and some water, but only for
you're down to probably 2-3 days of food or water before you begin to starve to death and die in this fucking winter hellhole of doom. But you've got plenty of chopped wood. You're in a pretty tight shelter, and you can get water from melting the snow. So aside from food, I mean, unless you like pine, lots and lots of pine trees.
Does the hotel have a kitchen?
You look around, you find it. The food is either gone or spoiled.
There's no canned goods?
No.
Like canned beans?
No.
Or dried.
Bummer.
Dried? No, it looks like that shit was all taken. There's like little bits of it, like just laying on the shelves and stuff, let you know we used to have it. It went away. Like, cruel bastard, do you think? What kind of person takes their own food?
Glenn, can I practice my fire spells on your lighter?
And that's how the only lighter of the group was broken.
No, you may
froze to death.
Stick the matches into the fireplace to light them and then extinguish them.
Or just like a stick.
Yeah. It shows him put the ancient match in and the fire goes out. He's like, this is shit.
Okay, I will go with Sheila's stick suggestion.
Yeah, that's a really good idea instead of risking the only.
I find some dead wood up off the ground in a tree and pull it off. And
No, you're inside of a building now. If you
All right,
were
I break
to
a
go
chair.
outside, it'd be worse. No,
There's
there's
a
sticks.
pile of firewood.
And there's like kindling.
Oh, there's kindling. Okay.
Lots. There's lots of wood. Firewood is no longer a concern. Pieces of wood, you've got lots. You don't need to break apart the chair. I mean, you can break apart the chair if you want, but you don't have. There's a pile. Like somebody said, winter is coming, and they took it seriously. And they said, "How much wood can we get in here?" And then they brought in several people named Chuck, and they said, "How much wood can you fucking put in here?" They said, "I can chuck a lot of wood."
15 cords.
There you go. So go ahead.
All right,
I
I'm going to
wasn't sure if I
practice
was
my
making
spell.
it clear just how easy wood is.
Not quite. Oh, Jesus.
Fumble deck.
Uh,
Dude, this is where the lighter would have blown up and been hilarious. So let's see. Oh, perfect. Wrong target / bystander. You managed to attack a bystander, whichever the GM judges being most likely to fuck the PC, even though you have to shoot through a wall or something. Not casting a damaging spell.
So I'm going to say that chambered round goes off, Logan.
Oh, no, it's the GM's choice.
Okay.
No problem. Scott will now have to fix the lighter because it doesn't want to work for some magically delicious reason. So I'll need a mechanical repair roll as he fucking gives you the stink eye while he's working on
I
his
said,
fucking lighter.
don't touch the lighter.
Sorry, man. I just love that lighter.
See, the fumble deck works.
Yeah.
At half.
Okay. I'm going to try. Well, hold on. Let me see how many magic points I just blew. 3. Okay. I'm going to try silent moving.
He gets up and sneaks around his underwear because he doesn't have any air clothes. Creepy.
Fail.
We see you.
1 crit.
Woo.
So
Nice.
4 points there.
You learned a new spell?
It's the sound tree. Can I try a teach today?
Well, first, let's resolve this because you may have gotten a new spell, as he said. Do you have the next
Oh,
one
yeah, that's
up
right.
there?
All 1 crit. No, I do not have the next. Silent moving, so
Okay,
sound
hold
tree.
on. Sound tree. Next is megaphone. Right. What a fucking spell. Hold on, I'm going to copy it and put it in the thing here.
Thanks, Logan.
Yep. Here you go. And reading out loud for the viewers at home, megaphone, casting time 1 round, range self, duration 10 minutes, or till the PC gets tired of being super loud. 2-point magic point cost. You save $30 from buying a megaphone.
Nice.
Hooray! You're loud. So that would be a fun one to begin practicing. Can you guys hear me now?
Can I start practicing it now?
If you feel like it. If you got magic points left, sure.
Why?
Yeah,
Hang on. Yeah, I got magic points left. I'm going to give this a shot. Fail.
okay.
Fumble.
Bubble.
Excellent. Back to the fumble deck. Thank you. All right. And
So much fun.
he goes, "Rah!" and falls over.
And that is it for me for today on spells.
Okay.
He was trying to alert
Teach us.
any bad guys that are hiding in these ruins because you guys haven't explored the ruins. Using the megaphone spell is an awesome thing to do now. We are in this building. Please come kill us. It shows like a predator.
Oh. Okay. I'll try and teach you guys the wood tree.
Okay.
No teach.
For some reason, I imagine Glenn wearing a T-shirt that says "Got wood?" ?
I'm going to try to teach you to the air tree. Did not.
And I practice spells.
I'll bet the next time a PC has to make a character, they're gonna slap 60 into fucking teach.
I'm going to try and teach the silent moving sound tree spell again.
Give Russ some blurred vision.
Did
Yeah,
you
that's
say?
really good.
Did you
Failed
say?
my teach.
Huh?
I tried to teach silent move, and it failed.
But you haven't done that today yet, have you?
No,
This is your first, because you get 1 attempt at teaching, period, per day.
this is the first attempt.
No worries.
Yeah. Looks like I have blurred vision.
Yep. Unless you resist.
Oh, what is it? It's will times 3?
Essence.
Essence times 3?
That's a great way to give somebody a check in essence, which he
That's
got.
a crit in essence.
Nice.
He's like, dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Hey. The lighter. Sorry, all right?
All right. I've removed our tracks successfly.
Is that a crit? Do you have 40 or better?
I do not.
Damn.
Oh.
And I don't smell. I don't know about you guys.
Okay.
I'm going
I'm
to try
done
to
with spells.
extinguish this stick. No.
For today.
No, but not a fumble.
So you've got a 40 or better in this spell?
Or. Oh, no, I do not.
Fumble deck! And you're done casting that spell, and it costs full magic points, and you
Okay.
get the defend only. Whatever you were trying to do has gone horribly wrong. You can only defend and simple or free action on your next round, or next action. So you go, and that's it. That's all that happened. Not a totally devastating fumble deck so far. Aside from when one of you nearly blew up their own head.
Gotta watch out for that.
The D10 damage and magic point one is a pretty brutal card. There aren't a lot of really brutal cards in there, but that one is pretty brutal. It's like a D6 magic points and hit points, but given how fast the PCs heal and the fact you can still roll 1 magic point, 1 hit point. Yeah. So, are you guys done with your spell practice? Have you run out of magic points? Are you ready for the monsters to come at night?
Yep.
I want to see, before I go to sleep, I want to see if there's a sign-in book here at the Grand Hotel.
Ooh.
Wow, you take a card. Right. She goes looking for it. Do you have a lantern or something? Or are you using like a glow stick to get around? I mean,
I give her my
Hey, can
glow
I
stick.
use your flashlight, Glenn?
I was going to say, keep track how many glow sticks you got. They're only good for like a couple hours.
Right.
Although I have bought the military ones in the past, and wow, they're bright, super bright, so much. I got banned from using them at a LARP event. I was like, I am a wizard. They're like, God damn it. It's like, I love these. It was $1 for that. It's totally worth it.
I got, as the card post-traumatic stress, play immediately. It says to roll
Oh.
D3 if you've never undergone any sand loss.
Have you ever undergone a sand loss?
So
Oh, wait,
is that
no,
just-
if you have gone through sand loss, yeah?
Yeah.
It says if you've never undergone any sand loss.
Oh.
Discard this card and ignore. Okay, discard it and ignore it.
For
Otherwise-
for
Yeah, you've gone through sand. I'm pretty sure you've
Yes.
lost some sandy at some
Yeah, I
point.
saw some gates today.
Yeah. So you roll D3, fight, flight, freak.
All right. And we'll just
As
put
you're
that.
creeping down, looking for the fucking book by yourself with a glow stick for company.
Oh man, we are definitely. People know we're here.
Oh God, yes, they will
Oh,
if
yeah.
she starts screaming.
Okay, so that'd be like a 2.
If there's anyone to know.
Cool. Right. You hear the front door slam. You two are up on the more comfortable bed level, which is the second level, and you hear the front door slam shut downstairs. What do you
Last
do?
draw.
Go for it. What does Rock do?
Best draw pistol.
And stand up.
Okay, and Dan? I mean, just in general, I'm not breaking down the combat rounds right yet. What do you guys do?
Dana?
No answer. Apparently, she's been taken.
Brock, was that Dana?
I have no idea. Let's go downstairs and check this out.
Downstairs. I thought we were downstairs.
Didn't you say we were up in the beds?
Yeah, you're up in the comfortable part with the fireplace, lots of wood, stuff like that. And he's
Okay.
like, where am I?
Go downstairs.
You guys head downstairs. She's apparently disappeared or been taken.
I go stand in the door dramatically.
Right. Give me a spot hidden roll as you stand in the door looking out into the darkness.
At half.
Oh, yeah. You see her like hiding behind a tree out there without her cold weather gear on, looking at you like,
Data, get back here.
No.
Is she okay?
She's going to freeze to death.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I go in and grab her parka and take it out to her.
right. You calm down by the time he brings you your parka and stuff. So you guys go back in. Wow, that sucked. You're not sure what happened there, but you thought that there were rats coming to get you or something horrible. And
I don't like any of the places we've ever gone to. These are all terrible places. They're terrible. I thought Burlington would be okay.
I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, I know the Rock expected better from Acapulco. I mean, a lot of people go here on vacations, but he has no idea why.
You know, where are the tiki torches? I mean, come on.
All the
Well,
white
those are-
supremacists took them.
Oh, white supremacists have it, yeah. They bought out the store.
Waited until they had enough coupons.
There you go.
Blood and soil.
So,
Freaking idiots.
right, it's really the wind howls through the abandoned village, and it's an odd feeling. It's like you're on an alien planet of snow, ice, and cold and darkness. You are the only people there, and all that is keeping you alive is this fucking lighter that the Rock seems intent on destroying.
You
Now
know,
that I'm more collected again, I want to
Oh
look
yeah, the book.
at the book register.
No problem. Yeah, you eventually find it. The last signature in it is Alex Kinley,
oh, that
and
bastard.
then it says out in parentheses, "I'm drunk" or something like that. That's his signature.
I ain't telling you nothing.
She didn't sign it.
Okay.
How long ago was the not Alex signature?
It's
Was-
not dated. Actually, the ones dated before then were in November of 1861.
If only we knew what year it was now.
Yeah, that does kind of put
Okay.
a damper on it.
Well, that's information for later.
It's after the gold rush.
Huh.
Well, I mean, it's Canada, so God knows what's going on here. For that, you'd have to talk to Robert.
There isn't 1861 zone in Joshua McKay's notes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Only goes back to 1880.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, it could actually be 1880 now, and nobody's in this place is so unpopular. Nobody's been here for 20-some years.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm really, really, really tired and drained of spell points, so I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
And I don't even care about setting watches, so I'm out.
It shows him like set down a partially set stopwatch, and he's like, "Fuck it."
Keep watch.
Right. Give me. So he's going to be up doing the watch, and nobody else. Correct. Excellent.
Yep.
Then
Yeah,
from
probably.
Glenn,
Were you thinking of splitting it, Glenn?
Well, then I'll wake
Yeah.
Dana up later and
I understand.
Yeah.
Glenn, give me a willpower times 3.
Oh no.
Yes, you hear that all night. The scary thing is the air seems to go in here and it comes out through the horse's mouth.
I'm not sharing a room. I'm in a different room.
This is where the fire is, though. This is like the common room upstairs that has the air.
Nope.
wood.
Nope.
Like, you go through all the pain in the ass of building your own fire. You're like, no.
No, I'll just take a torch. Like I'll take a lit thing and bring it over.
But I mean, you got to move the wood for. Do you know how much wood you go through in a night of sleeping? It's a lot of wood. So
I'm only going to sleep half of the night.
Oh, I
No, Smurfette, don't stop, Smurfette. Don't stop.
I'm not
That's
staying
a
in
good
here.
Smurf.
Glenn, can I have the sleeping bag?
Yep.
Can I have your Sub-Zero sleeping bag?
I'm sure there's other beds.
There's plenty of other rooms up here. So, but yeah, you get to hear that fucking pervy shit all night.
No, I'm not.
Rock, take a card.
That's private.
Yeah, Glenn, give me a willpower times 3 roll, would you?
Right. I rolled ×4.
Right, no worries. It's morning. You're all awake now. Somebody fell asleep from, being really exhausted and shit. And, so you didn't get woken up for watch. And having half a night of wood in the fireplace means you are cold as fuck right now. You woke up because you're like shivering in this fucking sleeping bag. And you're like, he bought the really lightweight one so he can carry it without the gym getting on negatives. It sucks ass.
Logan, I took damage, so what's the willpower roll rule on damage heal?
Oh, give me a willpower roll. Lower is better.
Yeah, that's what do you want me to fumble at? The fumble value is ×3? Or ×5?
×5.
×5 is in the 80s, so.
Oh yeah, not quite a fumble. Well done.
Not quite a fumble.
Yeah, I thought you got the fuck you damage. So you regain nothing. You're still wounded. So unfortunately Dana wakes up first. When you go into your room, you see Rock sleeping on his back. You see drool coming out of the horse's mouth, and you're hoping it's just drool.
I know that I'm waking up stiff from the cold, and I'm happy not investigating what's happening over
I
there.
tried not to look, but your eyes were just drawn to it like fucking. No.
I imagine he is also stiff from the cold.
You're not sure because he's still wearing his fucking cock piece. Apparently, he's very close to that horse. Very close.
I go find Glenn.
He's laying over there. Actually,
Brown asked me if I wanted to be an avatar, and I said, no, I'm not into horses.
Glenn doesn't realize it yet, but he's currently being spooned by the Rock, who needed extra warmth, I guess, or the horse made him do it. You're not really sure. It's things that happen while people are sleeping. You are wise to have slept in the air room, you think, nodding to yourself. It is worse shivering uncontrollably.
Yes, it is.
A fumble.
No.
It wasn't a fumble.
No. Your roll had nothing to do with this. It could have been the horse dragging his entire body by the cock over behind you to spoon. You're not sure.
It just. And I'm going to look out a window.
You wish there was windows. You go. I mean, there's the boarded ones you can open up, but then the cold air will come in.
Yeah,
I'll go wake them up though. And
I'll go out the door.
Campaign. Even a good night's sleep is horrible.
Yeah.
The horribleness just continues to go.
Magic points back.
Yes. Although you may decide to lose them all when you discover just how close to your butt the horse is.
Hoping he wakes up first.
Yeah.
I'm looking out the way. I'm going to let them wake up to that scenario without me.
They both wake up simultaneously and possibly spring apart or something. But yeah, you open the window, they're awake now.
All right, I'm going to make a maneuver roll. Yes. I dodge.
Do you want to do a maneuver also, Scott? Yeah, I want to see at least one of you roll into the fire.
I'm the one that should be dodging here.
Do you have less than 70 in maneuver? Tell me you do, so I'll put you in the fireplace.
Not a fumble.
God damn it. I was really hoping for a fumble. You get way too close to the fireplace, and you're like, hot, oh, bad, no. And he's spasming back and forth. It's like, do I want the flames, or I want to be back next to that? I'll just fucking be indecisive here because this is horrible either way. It's It's like Fires of Hell, Cock Horse. Fires of
Scott,
Hell.
you're lucky I didn't try to maneuver into you.
Ooh. And at that point, while you're laying there spasming, you think you hear very faintly, but you're not sure.
No, I get away. The Rock is definitely a homophobe. That's definitely part of his character.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
No,
It's
but
just
the
my
horse
horse.
might be. Sheila said, I'm giving her a card for that shit.
Oh, God.
I'm not gay. It's my gay horse that keeps doing this to me. I'm sorry, mister, but I didn't mean to slip and fall up your... Anyway. So,
Oh, my God. The latency is unbelievable.
So,
All right, let's explore the town. Let's explore this crap town.
Yep.
no
Gears
problem.
dried out.
What?
Gears dried out.
Is the gear
The gear
dry?
is dried out.
Everything is fine aside from how you woke up and discovering that Dana is possibly the wisest person here. Other than that little hiccup in your schedule and the horse drool. Is it horse drool? You're not sure. That's all over the floor. Other than that, everything's fine. You guys get dressed back up. You're in your warm weather gear. For some reason, Glenn's fucking fingers keep brushing his pistol butt, and he seems to be keeping an eye on that fucking horse for some reason. Not sure, but you hope he doesn't shoot your cock off. You really, you're starting to, because you're thinking it's not something he's consciously doing, but, you know, he may shoot your cock off. I just wanted to point out it.
It's coming right at me.
No problem. To make a long story a little shorter, one of the interesting things near the dog kennels, you can see the more heads on stakes and shit going out that direction for some reason. There's no roads and shit. The dotted lines are simply your imagination. Well, in between the buildings, you can tell there may have been a road there, but you'd need like some sort of plow, a snow plow to find it. The dog kennels, there are dogs in there. They're all dead. Look like some of them.
Puppies.
Oh yeah, and partially eaten by, you're guessing, wolves that somehow got in here or something. And they're all frozen. There are dog sleds.
Probably the ones that died first got eaten by the other ones.
Or that, yes. But there are also lots of dog sleds and stuff. So if you guys had dogs, then you could very easily fail your dog sledding rolls. Let's see. The laundry has give me Mandarin rolls. It has Mandarin Chinese written above the door.
Only we had the decoder rings.
I know. We're trying to fix that place, kind of.
If only you were still able to go to school. Ooh. Oh, some people were really pissed when they discovered school was closed and they don't get a lot of free checks and shit. Sad. There is a lot of stuff, like, for example, from the saloon and stuff. There's alcohol. There's like Alex Kinley, the woman with no name, perfectly happy to live here and stuff like that. Let's see, other interesting things. No, there's nothing really edible. There's like alcohol. There's various Old West type equipment and shit like that here and there. There's no weapons, although you find like some extra holsters and shit like that. Some extra cowboy hats, various clothing and stuff, cold weather clothing, stuff like that. So, I mean, aside from the food, and eventually you'll need to chop more wood. There's plenty of trees, though. Other than that kind of stuff, yeah, you could probably survive here for however long. But other than that, you're kind of fucked. And the worst thing is, you remember when you came here, you left all those tracks. Apparently it snowed hard again last night. So the only hope you would have of getting back to whence you came is Dana. because she's apparently the only one who can find shit that she's been to back and forth through the forest and stuff.
Mhm.
So in the town, that seems to be it.